The reason I decided to become a vegetarian,
I think eating meat wouldn't feel right to me.
I guess what I like most about being a vegetarian is just trying a lot of different foods and just being very open-minded about what you eat.
I just feel better not eating meat, and I just think it's cool and it's like a unique thing. It's just cool to be part of that small group that people are vegetarian, and it's cool to meet someone else who's vegetarian.
I read about the health benefits, how a lot of animals are injected with antibiotics or given food that isn't natural for them, and so those things are then transferred to us as we're eating their flesh.
Without going too far into corporate culture, unfortunately, we live in a society where large food companies are, they basically exist to make money. And regardless of the product they produce, it's not necessarily for the well-being of the people that they serve.
People seem to be surprised that I don't eat meat and how it seems like such a necessary element in their diet, where I don't see it as that.
Which is not to say that all meat is bad. It depends on what kind of meat it is.
The reason I decided to become a vegetarian 30 years ago now is because a girlfriend and I had a dog at the time, and a girlfriend and I went out to dinner and there was veal on the menu, and I was oblivious, and so we started talking about veal and how the small calves are made to stay in crates and chained to the crates, or made to stay in crate with little mobility in order to make their meat really tender. And it just dawned on me, if I love an animal, I had a dog that I love very much. If I love an animal, what's the difference between that animal and a calf or a chicken or any other animal?
I don't think I'll eat meat in the future just because I've never really wanted to, and I don't think it's something I'd want to in the future.
Do I see myself eating meat in the future? I do. I started a diet about a month ago called the Paleo Diet, and the Paleo Diet is based on the fact that humans are not able to process processed food, which is grains and basically if you can buy it out of a box or if you can buy it out of a sealed container, it's something that humans shouldn't be eating because it's not ancestrally what our bodies are made to digest. So I've been on this paleo diet for about a month and I've lost a lot of weight. The paleo diet is eating meat, but products that are raised organically, animals that are raised organically, respecting the animals, eating the animals that eat what they would normally do in the wild. And that's a good meat, and it's a lean meat, and it's good for humans, and when it's consumed in moderation, it's not bad.
I've been a vegetarian for 30 years, and it certainly has changed. Being a vegetarian for 30 years has changed over time for me. In the beginning, all I did was pasta, because I didn't know anything about being a vegetarian. All I know is not to eat meat. And then as I did more research and did rummaged through more cookbooks, met more people, my diet became more varied. So it's nice that it's changed over time in that way, and that the kinds of foods are more inventive. You get lots of different ways to use squashes, different ways to use zucchini, different ways to use grains. Unlike when I first started, there weren't that many varied choices or inventive choices for foods, and now there are. So it's definitely easier in that way to be a vegetarian, but it's also hard because it's easy to just cook up meat and have a side dish of broccoli and say, okay, done. But with being a vegetarian, you have to be more creative and plan ahead, and it takes time, cutting everything, cooking everything, seasoning everything, and so it does take a lot more time, but I feel it's very much worth it.
I think that's cool to meet someone else who is vegetarian, and it's cool to have that little like another part of the world kind of thing. I think that's all.
Do you want me to say the question?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think I'll eat future. I don't think I'll eat future. I don't think I'll eat meat in the future.
Wait, what? Action. Okay, it's on? Leave it on. Okay, let's take that away.
Ah,
Start asking the
sun, the sun.
All right.
See myself eating meat in the future or in the pasture. I said that last time, so I have to say it again. You can edit that part out.